Hi, I'm Bryce and I'll be doing these LumboSacral Plexus today. I'm going to start with the spinal nerves. Go from T12 to CO1. From L1 to L4, this makes up the lumbar plexus. From L4 to S4 makes up the L4 to S4 makes up the sacral plexus. And then from S4 to CO1 makes up the coccygeal plexus. Next, I'm going to do the trunks. I mean, not the trunks. I'm going to be doing the roots. Got this one, this one. Again, this makes up the coccygeal plexus right here. The next section, I'll be using two different colors, blue and green. Green's gonna make up the anterior division, and blue's gonna make up the posterior division. Anterior, blue for posterior. Perfect. Take a second just to draw all these out real quick. Again, this is for green is the anterior division, and then for blue is the posterior division. I'm gonna get a little bit closer so you can see a little better. Perfect. Sorry, that took me a second. I was drawing out everything. That should be everything for the structure. I'm gonna wait till the very end to do the sciatic nerve. Before that, start naming all the different nerves for different divisions. So for T12, we have the subcostal nerve. Next, we have the ilio-hypogastric nerve. Next, we have the ilioinguinal nerve. And are you seeing this okay? Let me zoom out a little this way. Maybe better. There we go. So subcostal nerve for T12, ilio-hypogastric is both T12 and L1. Ilioinguinal is L1. And then the next one is the genitofemoral nerve, which it makes up from L1 and L2. And all four of these innervate the abdominal wall, as well as the external genitals. So, abdominal wall and genitalia. Perfect. For L2, let me get out this. For L2, we have the the lateral femoral cutaneous nerve, which innervates for the skin. Let's see, and then next we have Next we have the femoral nerve, which innervates the, let's see here, iliacus, sartorius, pectineus, and the quads. The quads make up the rectus femoris, the vastus intermedius, vastus medialis, and vastus lateralis. So next, so that was for L4. So femoral nerve is from L2, L3, and L4. The lateral femoral cutaneous was just L2. Next, for, let's see here, from L4 to S1 makes up the superior gluteal nerve, and then right below that for the S2 division, which is made up from L5 through S2, is the inferior gluteal nerve. The superior gluteal nerve is it innervates for the gluteus. Oh shoot, my bad. It's the gluteus medius as well as the gluteus minimus. For the inferior gluteal nerve, it innervates for the gluteus maximus. Let's see. Good. And down here for S3, and it's from S1, S2 to S3. This is the posterior femoral cutaneous nerve, which again innervates the skin just like with the lateral femoral cutaneous nerve. See, and at the very end, I'm also just gonna get a little bit closer zoom so you can see it better. Now I'm gonna start going through the ones that are over here. These nerves, they're branching off from the divisions. We'll start with over here, from L3 to L4. This is the accessory obturator nerve. This innervates for the pectineus. This one right here, from L2 to L4, this is the obturator nerve. This innervates for the obturator externus, the gracilis, the pectineus, and the adductors. Let's see. All the accessory obturator, the obturator nerve, and the femoral nerve, they all innervate for the pectineus. Next, from S1 to S2, this is the nerve to the piriformis. And this obviously innervates for the piriformis. Down here, from L5 to S2, this is the nerve to, nerve to obturator internus instead of externus. So nerve to obturator internus, which is again from L5 to S2. This is also the gemellus superior. Next, for the from S1 to S3, this is how it's drawn in the video, but again, it's not exactly here. It should be from L4 to S1. But anyways, this is the nerve to the quadratus femoris. And this is also the gemellus inferior. Yep. And then from S2 to S4, this is the pudendal nerve. This innervates for the external anal sphincter and the external urethral sphincter. Sorry, it took me a second. Perfect. I believe that is everything. So now I'm moving on. Just want to check real quick. Yep. Now I'm going to move on to the sciatic nerve, which is divided into two branches, the anterior and the posterior branch. I mean, not branches. The posterior anterior division. Let's see here. Let's start with the anterior part. And it's going to start right here. So I'm still gonna go through this wording, but let me make the sciatic nerve. So go from here, connects here, 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 And I'm also going to draw, so this is the tibial nerve, and then this next to it is for the posterior side is going to be the fibular nerve. So tibial nerve, and then the fibular nerve. The fibular nerve, let me get a little bit closer so see that a little easier when I'm drawing these out. Perfect. So for the fibular nerve, it's going to be two different sections. It's going to be the deep fibular, and it's also going to be the superficial fibular. Deep fibular, superficial fibular. The superficial fibular is going to innervate for the lateral compartment of the leg. So it's just lateral compartment of the femur, of the femoral, lateral compartment of the femoral. The deep femoral is going to be the anterior compartment. And the tibial nerve is going to innervate for the posterior compartment. So even though this is part of the anterior division, it's going to innervate for the posterior compartment, if that makes sense. So I'm actually going to draw this in green. Posterior compartment. Okay. So tibial nerve innervates for 10 muscles. Fibular nerve deep innervates for 7, and superficial innervates for 2. And I'm going to list them. Let's start with the tibial nerve. So we have the biceps femoris. So bicep femoris long head. We have the semi-membranosus. We have the semi-tendinosus. Let's see. Then we have the popliteus. Then we have the plantaris. Then we have the soleus. And then we have the gastrocnemius. The plantaris, soleus, and gastrocnemius, all three of these form the calcaneal tendon or the Achilles tendon. And then the soleus and the gastrocnemius, they make up the triceps surae. The soleus and the gastron. Also, it's 2, 4, 6, 7. I'm also missing, let's see here. Oh yeah, we have the tibialis posterior. And then we have the flexor digitorum longus, the flexor hallucis longus. So again, the 10, so tibial nerve innervates for the biceps long head, semimembranosus, semitendinosus, popliteus, plantaris, soleus, gastrocnemius, tibialis posterior, flexor digitorum longus, and flexor hallucis longus. Next, for the fibular nerve, for the deep fibular nerve, sorry, it's 7 muscles. We have the biceps femoris short head, so unlike the tibial nerve, which had the bicep femoris long head, the deep fibular has the bicep femoris short head. Next, we have the tibialis anterior. And then we have the extensor. We have the extensor digitorum longus, extensor digitorum brevis, the extensor hallucis longus, and the extensor hallucis brevis. That's 6. The last one is part of the BLT. So this one would be the, the fibularis tertium. So we have the bicep femoris short head, the tibialis anterior, the extensor digitorum longus, extensor digitorum brevis, extensor hallucis longus, extensor hallucis brevis, and fibularis tertium, which makes up all 7 of the deep femoral compartment. Next is the superficial, I keep saying this wrong, so I keep saying femoral. The deep fibular nerve for the fibular. Now, superficial fibular nerve would be, there's only 2. It's the fibularis brevis and fibularis longus. So these 3 right here make up the BLT acronym. It's easy to remember. That should be everything. Sorry it took so long. I'm going to just zoom out real quick. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna do a quick look at everything. And that is all. Thank you.